Hi friends, coming up with a review of another coin here, new ICO, BitAI. Let's see how different it is from others. Details starting on December 15th, continuing for a month. Around 37 million tokens being issued. ICO releases roughly 6.5 million, which is 17% of the total. Base rate is 45 cents. Multiple slabs starting with 45 cents, going up to $1.05. You have multiple levels of referral when you come to the lending piece later. Currently, it is 10% single level for ICO. Starting with the website design. The website design is pretty neat and clean. It's a minimal thing, but looks good. Unfortunately, yesterday it was pretty slow. Uh, a very clear red flag for me because it's a pre-ICO website with hardly any users. If you can't optimize that, you can't optimize it when the ICO runs. The account page, again pretty basic. All you could see there was the tokens which you have purchased. The important part, what they have mentioned is that this particular domain won't be used post ICO. So they are actually using that for security reasons. You have to move to a different domain when the exchange starts. It's not even secure when I'm trying to purchase my coins. Why would I trust this website when you yourself are saying it's not good enough for an exchange? So either you're good enough for purchasing them right now or you're not. If you're good enough for purchasing them right now, then it should be good enough for exchange as well. So it's a red flag. I think it's a pretty hurried effort. Support. They have a support page. I raised a support ticket that was 24 hours back. I haven't got a response till date, and there's no tracking. Now looking at the content, white paper and website. Now the content of the white paper, I would say it's an attractive white paper, pure sales white paper. You have a lot of stuff, um, again all salesy stuff. You have even some very basic high level 50,000 feet information about a few concepts. I know none of us are bothered about those concepts because ultimately it's a Ponzi. Why are we even wasting time and pages trying to explain concepts which we are never going to implement? Uh, One thing that irked me was quotations and photographs of individuals who are not related to BitAI anywhere, and probably they're not even aware that their names and photographs are being used along with their quotations here. It's a bad thing. I ran a few random checks with the web content as well as the white paper content, went to the plagiarism checker at smalltools.com and smallseotools.com, and I didn't find any plagiarism instances, so probably at least they have a good content writer. The business model, we all know what crypto lending or Ponzi business models are. There's actually no business model. You get funds from the investors, start giving high interest in coins or USD, which can only be converted to coins. You list the coin on an exchange, the price goes up because everyone is greedy looking at the high interest rates. It becomes a self-sustaining model because the number of as long as the price goes up, the number of coins you have to release keep on diminishing. Everyone who is buying, he will make money till the time the bubble bursts. Once it bursts, then the last holder, it's the biggest fool theory. The person who holds it in the end, he loses. If price doesn't rise, you can always shut down the website and run away. So the promoters will never actually lose money. The last investor or the last speculator is going to lose money. Quickly looking at the numbers, putting things into perspective, I took a simple interest rate of 45% for example. In this case, probably it might go to the maximum of 46% compounded, but won't make too much of a difference, probably a few quarters. If we are looking at this, they can actually run the scheme for 68 quarters if you just consider simple interest rate. Compound it, maybe what, 60 quarters, 55 quarters. That's a good enough time to carry the charade. Return on investment, okay, again all standard crypto lending. You can either stake or mine, you can trade, or you can go for lending. The only difference they have is aggregated lending model, where they say you can compound your interest back and earn effectively a compounded interest rate. I don't think it matters much because anyways I don't believe in the lending option here. We all know the idea is to get the price to rise. Is it genuine? Well, looking at the Alexa rank, you're having daily page views per visitor of around 4. Daily time on site is 9 minutes. No Alexa rank. The numbers are fairly low. Looking at the domain registration information, registered for exactly 1 year, around what, 22 days back. Not a good sign. They can always say that since we are going to have a different website for exchange, it doesn't matter. But why would you just block it for a year? Because even if you have a different site for exchange, you're not going to remove your main BitAI network.com site where you're showing your progress, roadmap, everything. Don't buy the logic. I couldn't find the number of registrations info on the website anywhere, but from the sort of hype it's generating, it seems to be low. Looking at the Twitter presence, they started on 27th of November. There are only 4 tweets till now, very few number of followers. Looking at the Facebook page, again starting on 27th November, pretty low numbers for likes and follows. Doesn't seem to be working, at least till now. The roadmap, that's another big red flag for me. You're talking about an internal exchange launch way later in March, um, after an external exchange launch. Now that speaks volumes about your preparedness. You're not even prepared to launch an exchange, which is not a big thing right now, and you're simply, as I said, hurrying into the model to get as much money as you can, riding on the ICO bandwagon. The only thing they seem to be communicating in the roadmap is how your money can probably become 10x, 15x, 50x, 100x, 150x, 1000x. Just trying to drive the greed further. Final checklist: readiness levels are low, risk is pretty high, ability to execute, I think it's suspect, genuineness, mostly not, hype seems low, speculation grade, it's triple D for me, high risk, low return, all red flags. I don't see anything more than junk rating here. I am not talking about business model, I am not talking about team capability, because anyways you're not looking for that in such a scheme. All you're looking at is if the guy can actually create that website, launch it, manage it. I think even that is suspect here. Should I invest? It's a standard Ponzi scheme, but it is pretty undercooked and underprepared. Hype level is pretty low. I feel from a price prediction perspective, they would be listing below issue price. They will be extremely lucky if they actually cross the base issue price of 45 cents. I definitely would feel it's a loss-making thing. I will give this a complete miss. Those are my views. I am not a financial advisor, and anyways, no one can actually predict how cryptos are going to turn around. But yeah, for me, it's a miss. Thanks a lot for your time. Please like my video link if you think this was useful. Thank you.